Welcome into Fred Rust Arena, friends, for a Saturday night edition of the Delaware Hockey Network, brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. On tap tonight, round 2 of High Point, Delaware, in this ACHA Men's Division II regular season meeting between Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League rivals. High Point elevating over the past couple seasons from AAU college hockey to ACHA Men's 2 competition. And a young Delaware Blue Hens team looking to find some forward momentum and come away from the weekend with a split. James Witherite joining you from the 412 Communications press box as Fred Rust Arena is bumping pregame. Joe Monty looking for his first win between the pipes for the Blue Hens, looking to improve on a 5.02 goals against average and a save percentage of .873. On the other side of the Fred Rust rink, we'll see Jack Vieira getting the call for High Point, coming into the weekend 5-2-0 with a 2.5 goals against average at a .935 save percentage. The big name to look at on the High Point roster is Jack Slayton. 11 goals, 7 helpers on the year, 2 points a game for this guy. Nick Sasso in point-a-game territory as well. 4 goals, 8 assists on the season. We will not see them amid the Panthers' starting 6. And when we come back here on the Delaware Hockey Network, we'll meet the starters for round 2 of High Point, Delaware. You're watching the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's all brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more. There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
Good evening and welcome to Fred Rust Arena on the campus of the University of Delaware. Tonight, the American Collegiate Hockey Association and the Atlantic Coast Collegiate Hockey League present a men's Division II regular season meeting between the visiting Panthers of High Point University and your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. For the visiting High Point Panthers, starting in goal, number 35, Jack Vieira. On defense, number 6, Jonathan English. And number 44, Jack Hutchins. Starting at left wing, number 7, Anthony Sasso. At right wing, number 88, Matthew Hughes. And starting at center, number 19, Laken Glessner. And now let's meet the starting six for your University of Delaware Blue Hens. Starting in goal from Wayne, New Jersey, number 31, Joe Monty. On defense, from Newark, Delaware, number 23, Brendan Fleming. And from Fairfax, Virginia, number 12, Aiden Starr. At left wing, from Berkeley Heights, New Jersey, number 14, Brian Kramer. At center, from Poquonk, New York, number 28, Chris Sager. And starting at right wing, from Dedham, Massachusetts, your captain, number 11, Brendan Stamm. Your Blue Hens are coached by Vince Dalkowski, assisted by Bob Stroik and Dylan Green. The on-ice officials for this evening's game, as appointed by the American Collegiate Hockey Association, are referees Tony the Management Armetta and Rob Savastano, and linespeople Bryce Lindsay and James Mandel. Fans, at this time, we ask that you please direct your attention to the American flag located directly above center ice as we honor the United States of America and those entrusted with the defense of this nation, past and present, with the Star-Spangled Banner. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? land of the free and the home of the brave. And with opening introductions squarely in our rearview mirror, it is time to play the game indeed. Delaware traveling left to right the way we see it here in opening period action in their home white sweaters, blue helmets, blue pants. The Blue Hen logo emblazoned across the front, gold trim all around. High Point in those purple kits, black pants. And sublimated white numbers, very roller hockey-esque. These High Point sweaters, they're moving right to left in opening period play, backstopped by, as we mentioned during the pregame report, Jack Vieira, who's 5-2-0 on the year, with a 2.5 goals against average and a .935 save percentage. Bryce Lindsay ready to drop the puck on Saturday Night Hockey, and off we go in the first state. English sends the puck clear, and this will come back an icing just 8 seconds in. Attacking zone draw for the Blue Hens. Took a little bit of time for the clock to catch up on your screen. It ended up being 11 seconds on that initial exchange. Here a long shot from Fleming. Caught and held by Vieira for a pause in play. Fresh legs on for Delaware. The Masters in for the attacking zone draw, but this puck is recovered by Cole Ringstad, played behind his own net. Back to Ringstad, it comes near side, and he will push this up the left wing boards. He gains center before throwing the puck in behind the Delaware cage, where it's trapped by Joey Engelman. Flom tries to chip it away, but Nick Sasso protects for the Panthers. Worked around the horn. Ringstad looking shot. Pushed to the corner, toward the corner rather, by Hubert Polchlepek. Offering good defensive resistance, and here the Hens clear back to center. Ringstad again. Plays the carom shot in behind the net, just over a minute gone in opening period play from Fred Rust Arena. And working up the right wing boards, Leighton DeMasters. Sends the puck deep into High Point territory. Only for the men in purple to clear back to center. Greco with a shot. Vieira squared up for the textbook save. The Panthers will now work clear. Here's Jack Slayton. And he scores from distance. Wow. An absolute cannon, a minute and 53 into the contest. From the blue line, catching Joe Monte unawares. on the first high point shot of the game to boot. So Slayton pots his 12th of the year. And we'll get the particulars here for you momentarily on the rest of it. High point goal, his 12th of the season, scored by number 98, Jack Slayton. Assisted by number 93, Andrew Welch. Time of the goal, 1 minute 53 seconds in the first period. And just like that, the Panthers get another. This one off the stick of Michael Yell. Watching it again. It was Yell with the net front redirect. Off an initial shot from the point. Two shots on Monty, and both of them have gone in. Recapping by rule, High Point's first goal. Slayton's 12th from Welch at 1 minute 53 seconds in the first period. High Point's second goal, third of the season, scored by number 14, Michael Yell. Assisted by number 44, Jack Hutchins, and number 73, Joseph Riggio. Time of the goal, 3 minutes, 6 seconds in the second period. Yell, his third, from Hutchins and Riggio at 3:06. Tough sledding for the Hens out the gate, giving up two early tallies to the high-flying Panthers, and now Matthew Hughes up the left wing boards. Leads to another zone entry. Cross-ice pass gone awry. Kramer trying to generate a 2-on-1, but he's bothered by the back-checking Cole Ringstad, and the centering pass wobbled off its line. Here's Flom off an Engelman feed, trying to set up Kramer, a redirect in the low slot. Ultimately, it's tipped away. Flom absorbs a check at the near point, and he gives the puck up. Trying to walk it in was Kramer. Slowed up in a congested slot. Flom again, holding the point, bothered by Anthony Sasso just inside the line. Cycled to Kramer, back to Flom it comes. He gets this in deep to Sager, who's double-teamed directly below the goal. This puck taken away. And now walked back up ice by Captain Andrew Welch. Stood up at the blue line as Stam came driving in up the near boards, but ran out of real estate in toward the blue paint. Just past 5 minutes gone of the first period from Fred Rust Arena. 2-0 the score. Advantage, the Panthers of High Point. Laying the puck in from the left point was Sager. And now it's contested behind the goal. Two aside this scrum, walking free is Stam. He tried to set up Sager on the doorstep. Too much loft, he wristed that hard over the crossbar into the back glass. Stam again. Taking aim, had the angle this time, but Vieira squared up for save number 3. Kramer holding the zone. Top line's been out for quite some time on this Delaware side, trying to get one back. Great chance from Engelman just now. But slamming the door again was Jack Vieira. 4 shots, 4 saves so far for the Panthers netminder. 14:07 to go in opening period play. The DeMasters line in now. Leighton DeMasters back in the lineup tonight, flanked by Hubert Polchlapek and Pat Olensky. There, the DeMasters shot from the top of the right circle was deflected away by Vieira, and on come the Panthers back on the offensive. Long shot and a glove save by Joe Monty for the pause. This draw to Monty's left, cleared back to center, volleyed right back in by Anderson. Buckman to Mulcerek behind the Delaware goal line. The advancing feed to Polchlepek. Led to a failed clearing attempt. Trying to glove the puck down was Anderson, but Polchlepek stays with the play and marches into High Point territory. His shot bothered by a Slayton stick check. And Vieira freezes for a break in the action with 13:24 to go. In the first period of this 2-0 hockey game, advantage High Point. But an attacking zone faceoff comes the way of the Blue Hens. DeMasters and Bugan meeting. To the left of Vieira, who's been a perfect 6 for 6 between the pipes so far. Slayton to Bugan. Leading to his own entry, drop pass intended for point man Chris Cacciatore was taken away by Mulcerek, and here's a 4-on-2 counterattack for the Blue Hens. Net front feed to Masters on the doorstep. Was locked out by Jack Vieira. Let's see this again. Hens coming in numbers. There's the centering pass. Backhand chance for Leighton DeMasters, but Vieira said no, sir. We are 7 minutes in from Fred Rust Arena. And an icing is going to send us right back where we started from. With 7:08 gone in this opening frame. If you've been injured on the job or in a car accident, you know just how challenging and overwhelming the recovery process can be. And that's why having a trusted and caring representative by your side is essential to help you navigate the complex world of workers' compensation and personal injury. The law office of Heather A. Long will guide you through every step of the process, from filing your claim to representing you in hearings and appeals. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Downey chipped the puck beyond the reach of the back-checking Jack Hutchins, but he couldn't maintain his footing, chasing it down on the far corner. High Point worked back to neutral ice, but under duress. This puck is batted by Peter Cross of a long feed from deep in Panther territory into the far corner of the Delaware zone, where steadying now is Greco. Stretch pass up the middle, bobbled by Oginski. He stood up by English, trying to cross the blue line and set something up for the Blue Hens. Now the reinforcements coming in, as while they weren't able to set up any sort of attack, a dump and change gets some fresh legs on for Vince Falkowski's Delaware side. Down 2-0 with 8 minutes and 40 seconds gone by. 2-on-2 entry off the turnover. Walking in was Richard Bova, but lost control of the puck. McManus the other way. Steered behind the cage, failed on the wraparound. Good back check from Captain Andrew Welch in High Point Purple. This is backhanded up the far side by Yell, but not out. McManus protecting the zone for Delaware at the left point. Give and go with Oginski from the corner. Never materialized. McManus was crowded in the slot and couldn't maintain control. Ringstad clears. Flom met in the near corner of his own end by Yell and Donahue. One offering pressure, the other rather, that was Joseph Riggio wearing 73, not 13. Those 7s on those roller hockey-esque sweaters have the cross across the middle. The 1s, if you're looking at it at a glance though, depending on the angle, may resemble a 7. It's the way that serif on the top of the 1 is angled. Here's Stam from Kramer. Shot, blocker, save by Vieira. So the Hens getting chances now. Stam again, stick save Vieira, follow-up from Kramer was wide. But Jack Vieira answering every call to this point. 9 shots on and 9 saves with the comfort of a 2-0 advantage. Yell and Slayton, the goal scorers for the Panthers in the first half of the first period. Whistle sounds with 9:55 to go. Seems to be the Blue Hens lost the zone momentarily, and this is going to come back offside. In come the Panthers, long clear off the corner glass, puck chased down by Glessner. Glessner trying to center to Hughes to no avail. This is swatted toward the cage by Cacciatore, but blocked. Loose puck corralled by Anderson. Fed to Hughes, far side. Sasso was waiting for the backdoor feed at the edge of the crease, but the puck never made it there after Monty was able to make the initial save. Delaware barreling back and up the right wing boards, but Sager ultimately gives way to Hughes gaining center before the long clear. A dump and change for the Panthers. Getting some fresh legs on the ice, and Polchlepek's got a 1-on-2 slap shot off the cross ice feed. Turned aside by Vieira. A perfect 10 between the pipes for the visiting team so far tonight. Hens reset in neutral ice. Fleming with a shot from long distance into the glove of Jack Vieira, and he holds for the Paws. Just under 9 minutes remaining in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. Aiden Starr foils that long high point clearing attempt. Shot was thrown wide. Polchlepek throws a body in the near corner to try to wrest the puck from English, but to no avail. Here's Polchlepek in the slot. Just wide from 30 feet away. Olensky chases down the rebound. Gathering it in was DeMasters. He couldn't set up Polchlepek on the welcome mat. Polchlepek holding his ground in a battle for the rebound of the far corner. He kicks it up to Starr. Shot from the half wall into the glove of Vieira for another break in the action. $8:12 to go in the first period. And Greco was victorious in the face-off circle to the right of Jack Vieira, who saved all dozen shots he's faced. English with the long clear. Starr back to his blue line, recovering for Delaware. Dipsy-doodling through traffic on the re-entry. His shot from the half wall, bothered by an English stick check. Starr chased down his own rebound, but he gave way to Slayton, looking for a second goal on the night. Engelman stood him up just inside the blue line. Advancing pass to Morrow, trying to work his way through traffic along the near boards. But A.J. Bugan stripped the puck from him. And Ringstad sends it back right to left. Here's Welch in a 2-on-1. Cross-ice feed off the backhand of Nick Sasso. He bobbled, and Greco recovers for the boys in white. Greco off the Morrow give and go. Got a shot away from inside the left dot, and the rebound goes in. The Blue Hens get one back. .12:45 into the first period. Greco staying with the play. Finally gets the better of Vieira. There the initial shot. Putting back his own rebound. Greco pots his 6th of the year. And the Delaware deficit's been cut in half. Oh, Delaware goal! His 6th of the season. Scored by number 8, Anthony Greco. Assisted by number 3, Brady Morrow. Time of the goal, 12 minutes 45 seconds in the first period. Greco's 6th from Morrow at 12:45. McManus works play back through the neutral zone. Cunningham, under two-ply pressure, dumps the puck in behind the high point goal, but it's chased down by Anderson, who caroms it clear up the far wall. Buckman recovers at center. This glove down by Sager, bodied into the near glass, fed to Cunningham. Taken away by Anderson, played up the middle. Anderson gets it back, but he's surrounded by Blue Hens from all angles as he gains the zone. Into a 1-on-4, he tried to stick handle in close, but lost control of the puck. Now in the hands of Sager, who lofts it from blue line to blue line and then some. Kramer tried to bring it down between the circles in the high point zone, but was sandwiched by a pair of back-checking Panthers. A dump and change forces the Hens back into their own end. Meanwhile, a fresh set of Panthers awaiting as Buckman tries to stretch this ahead to Stam. Puck goes over the glass and out of play. Five and change to go in this opening period. Hens caught flat-footed to start the proceedings. Joe Monty giving up 2 goals in the first 186 seconds. But Delaware have turned the momentum around in a big way since. This is going to come back an icing. Make a truly all-American meal, the centerpiece of your next team event or special occasion. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky in nearby Claymont, Delaware can cater your next group event, offering pulled pork brisket and barbecue chicken on a daily basis, along with a variety of sauces and sides sure to please any appetite. Visit Sid's at Suite C26 in the Tri-State Industrial Center on Ridge Road in Claymont, open Monday through Saturday for takeaway lunch. Or to place a catering order, call 302-439-4937 or visit sidsbbqandjerky.com. Stam to Sager. Shot from inside the near dot, turned aside by Vieira. Kramer with the steal, walking in, backhand, Sager! Fanned on the puck in between the circles. Oh my goodness. A-grade chance disintegrating before our eyes. And Starr, trying to hold the point, gave the puck away. Here's a 2-on-2 for the Panthers. This shot from Anthony Sasso was sticked away by Monty as we come to the final 4:12 of the first period. Downey plays the puck behind his own goal to Aiden Starr. Up the left this goes. Olensky to Polchlapek. Hubert with a shot from 35 feet, skipping wide. Starr recovers for the Blue Hens. He tried to center to DeMasters, but it was taken away by Nick Sasso. Sasso on the give and go from A.J. Bugan. Lost control of the puck. His momentum, paired with that of Pat Olensky, carried them to the far corner. Puck is gone, but the battle continued. And now this is cleared by Downey and advanced by Polchlapek in over the high point line. 3.5 to go in the first. Olensky, shot from just above the right dot, was off its mark. Flom held the left point. Cross-ice feed to D partner Joey Engelman, who dumps this in behind the goal. It is backhanded free by Ringstad, but not out. Flom again held the point. Long shot attempt was blocked and pressed back into neutral territory by Sasso. But Nick Sasso's 2-on-2 counterattack together with Jack Slayton was foiled by a stout enough Delaware backcheck. 3 minutes to go in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. High Point set the tone early with 2 early goals. And then Delaware's Anthony Greco got one back at 12:45 to cut the Panthers' lead to a single tally. The shot from Liam Donahue from the top of the right circle was disrupted by a Flom stick check. And now Flom pulls behind his own goal to set up shot more deliberately. He draws the forechecking Donahue out of position before leaving the puck back to Vinny Variale. Variale through traffic, gaining the High Point line. He tried to shoot from 40, but the puck was sticked away by the back-checking Ringstad. Welch recovers. He leaves it back to Ringstad behind the High Point blue line. Ringstad gains center. Mielceric played the puck just below shoulder height, said referee Pepe Armetta. Pep dashing out of the way is a battle for the vulcanized rubber, bruise in the far corner of the Delaware end. Walking in and shooting was Finley Patrick. Monty with save number 4. Inside the final 2 minutes of the first period, High Point looking to add another to their 2-1 advantage. Mielceric tries to dig the puck free. This is cleared into the back netting by Variale directly, so there will be no change for Delaware. There shouldn't be here. Puck shot out directly from the defensive zone. Pretty sure that was a no change situation, but we figure it must have been ruled an indirect shot out. So they're permitted to get some fresh legs on. Minute 20 to go in the first period. Anderson under pressure from the near half wall with an errant shot. Buckman regathers, D-to-D pass to C.J. Mielceric, the South Carolinian, with room to set up a more deliberate breakout, but Oginski is stripped of the puck just after gaining the line. We've entered the final minute of play in the first period from Fred Rust Arena. High Point 2, Delaware 1 in the second half of their weekend series. Breakout intercepted by Anthony Sasso, and a shot from Glessner. An absolute rocket from the mid-slot. Gives High Point their third of the evening. Watching again. Bobbled breakout on the Delaware side with 45 seconds to go in the first period. Steal from Anthony Sasso at the line. He and Glessner came in together, and Laken Glessner drills his 6th of the season to make it a 3-1 hockey game. High Point goal, 6th of the season, scored by number 19, Laken Glessner, assisted by number 7, Anthony Sasso. Time of the goal, 19 minutes, 15 seconds in the first period. Glessner's 6th from Sasso at 19:15. $20 seconds to go here in the first period. Face-off is going to come to the right of Slayton after he attracted a crowd and recorded his 16th save on 17 shots faced to this point in the contest. Long shot from point man Danny Downey into the Vieira glove. So High Point generating the quality chances, but the Blue Hens taking aim in numbers. Here another one from distance into the Vieira glove. 11 seconds to go in the period. Face off again, coming to the right of Jack Vieira as Kramer's knocked down in the slot, and we're going to have our first penalty of the game right at the end of the opening period. Details to come on the opposite side of the intermission. 3-1 through 20. You're watching the Delaware Hockey Network, and it's brought to you by the law office of Heather A. Long. Don't go anywhere.
Whether you're a competitive athlete or a weekend warrior, a sports medicine physician is an important player on your health team. With over 10 years of treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. With clinics in Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Visit desportsmed.com today to learn more.
Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
It's time for the second period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
So the Blue Hens cut the High Point lead down to 1 with the help of Anthony Greco's 6th goal of the season. Only for the Panthers to respond in the final minute of play. Laken Glessner finishing off an Anthony Sasso steal right at the Delaware blue line. Botched pass leading to a 2-on-1 entry. There the drop pass to Glessner and a shot from the top of the slot, making this a 3-1 hockey game. That being said, for the Delaware Blue Hens, a penalty assessed to Anthony Sasso for interference at the final horn of period number 1. Will set up a Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens as we get ready to start period number 2. You too can score on the Delaware Sports Medicine power play. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities, including his new membership program with a focus on exercise, nutrition, and priority appointments at desportsmed.com. So the Hens moving right to left to kick off period number 2 in their home whites, blue pants, blue helmets. Looking to get one back on the Panthers who send this puck clear left to right. Clad in head-to-toe purple, save for the pants. Black with a purple and white stripe down the side. And those roller hockey-esque sublimated sweaters with the numbers that look like something you might see on the poster for a horror film. That's the best we can describe it for you if you're joining us in radio form tonight. And Stam setting up at the left point. Holds the zone for Delaware, feeding to Kramer. Sager, Polchlepek, and Olensky complete this 5-forward power play unit. Polchlepek tries to jam one in on the doorstep. Olensky can't connect as Vieira seals off the near post. A couple rapid-fire saves from Jack Vieira, who was the star of the first period by way of 18 saves on the 19 shots he faced. Slayton tried to walk in over the line, but bobbled the puck. And the Hens' Chris Sager takes aim from distance from right in front of his own bench, but the shot was well wide. Bulldozing back is A.J. Bugan, deep into the Delaware zone, but he's caught up to by Engelman. Second unit filtering on. Greco with DeMasters and Engelman, joined now by Flom. And the fifth component is Buckman. Final 5 seconds of this Delaware Sports Medicine power play ticking away as Vieira again paddles the puck free. Off a long-distance shot, denying DeMasters an opportunity for a net front putback. So after a successful PK, High Point failed to fire in the Delaware zone. Flom all by his lonesome. Had a near breakaway. He was ultimately caught up to in the low slot by High Point's Chris Cacciatore and denied on the welcome mat by Vieira, recording save number 22. Slayton mishandles the puck, but it's pushed clear. Hens change. Stretch pass up the right boards. Came from Cacciatore to Bugan, who was slowed up. 2-on-2 Delaware counterattack. And a long Oginski shot is sticked away by Vieira. Here's Fleming from the right point. Intercepted in traffic, but gathered in by Cunningham. His shot was blocked. He chases down the puck in the far corner of the High Point zone. We're just over 3 minutes into the second period. High Point with a 3-1 lead over the Delaware Blue Hens. A solid kill for them to start period number 2. Keeping this a 2-goal Panther advantage. Star's shot from the top of the slot was blocked in traffic. Icing waved off by James Mandel as Nick Sasso wins the race to the path of the puck deep in the Delaware zone. Hens stay with the play in clear. Hutchins recovers to English. Advance up the right wing boards toward Anthony Sasso, but that is taken away. Sager knocked off his feet after gaining the line. He's got support from Cunningham. Drop pass, McManus on the doorstep. Cunningham backhand shot right at the edge of the crease, denied again by Vieira. Here's Starr winding up from the left point. Shot blocked by Hutchins, doing well to clog up the slot. Pass up the middle, and a shot from Matthew Hughes rang off the post behind Joe Monte. Here another chance, this one coming from Hughes. The opposite side, Monte squared up for save number 6. Coming to 4.5 minutes in the second period. Hens taking aim early and often at Jack Vieira, but they've only been able to figure him out once on 25 shots. Fleming from his own blue line, guilty of an icing. And this will come back deep into the Delaware end. Face-off spotted to the left of Joe Monte with 15 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the second period. Hens, of course, unable to change on the icing. Sager joined by Donahue. Puck held in at the right point by Welch. Welch launches one in from distance. Monte with the stick save. A scrum for the rebound developing in front of him, and the Hens clear. Hens in numbers if they hurry. Sager to Stam. Bothered at the top of the slot. Puck wobbles to the far corner where Kramer tried to put one on a tee for Chris Sager at the top of the crease. Loose puck at the near half wall. Welch bobbled it. Sager gathered it back in for Delaware control. This taken away by Ringstad and cleared over the glass. And out. Went off the glass and out, so High Point able to change. And they drive play back into the Delaware end. Milseric back at his own blue line after a failed breakout. Feeds to Buckman. Across toward Greco. This taken away by Cacciatore and flipped back into Delaware territory. Anderson on the run from the forechecking Variale. Left the puck to Cacciatore near side. Cross ice feed to Donahue. Failed to gain the zone for High Point. This is Anderson back in up the left wing boards. He's angled to the corner. Milseric battling for the puck now near side. Offering support was Anderson. And Finley Patrick bodied off the biscuit again. Gives way to Milseric, who spun off his feet. And a second Delaware Sports Medicine power play is coming up for the Blue Hens. Let's see what Pepe's got. Tripping the call. This at 6:32 in the second period. And it's Delaware Sports Medicine power play time for the second time tonight. Learn more about Dr. Brad Bly's offerings for athletes of all ages and abilities. Visit desportsmed.com. High Point penalty was assessed to number 3, Finley Patrick. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 6 minutes, 32 seconds in the second period. Patrick 2 for tripping at 6:32. Hutchins steers the puck beyond the reach of Kramer, and clears it back inside the Delaware line, where Stam surveys his options and tries to feed to Olensky. That pass went awry, and this is going to come back in icing. Modern media is everyone shouting for attention and no one hearing a thing. So how do you get your voice above the fray? 412 Communications has myriad solutions to build bridges between your brand and your clientele, between your team and your fans, ranging from broadcast to social, print to digital, and more. Head to 412communications.com to learn more. About all the offerings available. Kramer could not connect with Olensky. Puck is taken away by Bugan and walked up the right wing boards for High Point. Centering pass. Welch couldn't reel it in. Too much momentum from him, too much mustard on the puck, but Welch has it again in the far corner where he's double-teamed by Sager. And now Kramer, who pickpockets him and pushes this off his backhand up the right dots. Hens coming in numbers. Kramer tried to chip it past the back-checking Jack Slayton, but didn't have the support he needed in close to set up an A-grade chance. 20 seconds left on the Patrick penalty. 11:45 to go in the second period. High Point with a 3-1 lead over the Blue Hens as Joey Engelman stick handles up the left wing boards and failed to set up DeMasters working behind the cage. This is Flom in the far corner. Double teamed. Good blocking of the passing lanes from Welch and Riggio. And another successful kill from the Panthers, limiting Delaware to just 1 goal on the night. That shot from Engelman at the point was blocked in close. Welch races up the right wing boards. He's got support now from Patrick, who carries the puck in over the Delaware blue line, but his momentum carried him behind the net. This is tied up just above the far corner boards, where Flom was confronted by Riggio. Centering pass. Buckman intercepts, and he pushes the puck clear beyond red. Anderson races it down to recover. Volleyed from blue line to blue line and then some before Buckman chips it off the near glass. Gloved down by Anderson for High Point and thrown back into the Delaware end as we near halfway in the second period of this 3-1 hockey game. Panthers the advantage over the Blue Hens. Here's Richard Bova with a shot from the top of the left circle, paddled away by Monty to the near corner. Rebound controlled by Bova. This thrown in by Cacciatore from the point after the long feed up the near boards. Monty with the pad save. And Cunningham controls the rebound. He clears just over the line. No, he doesn't. It stayed barely in, said linesperson James Mandel. Bova played the puck down. Cunningham stole it and walked it into the High Point zone. Just past halfway, this again cleared back to center by the Panthers' Michael Yell, one of 3 goal scorers, the second of those 3. Slayton and Glessner also tallying for the Panthers. Here a chance at a fourth, but losing his footing in close was Mann. He heads off for a change, and Downey carries this puck back up ice for Delaware along the near side. After gaining the zone centering pass, Cunningham fanned on the puck in traffic in tight. Counterattack feed across from Bugan intended for Slayton was broken up by Starr in center. And Nick Sasso regains the Delaware line. Drop pass and a goal. It is now a 4-1 hockey game as Monty overcommitted to the far post. And A.J. Bugan leads the queue back in front of the Panthers bench. So Bugan with the goal. Help from Sasso and Hutchins. And a delayed penalty coming up against the Blue Hens. High Point goal, third of the season, scored by number 18, A.J. Bugan. Assisted by number 27, Nick Sasso, and number 44, Jack Hutchins. Time of the goal, 11:05 of the second period. Bugan's third from Sasso and Hutchins at 11:05. The Delaware penalty was assessed to number 2, C.J. Mielceric. 2 minutes for roughing. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes, 37 seconds in the second period. Mielcerek 2 for roughing at 11:37. So adding insult to injury, the Hens are on a PK. Engelman could not walk past Slayton. Welch walking in. The shot from Hughes off that cross slot pass. Ricocheted off the crossbar. And the Hens clear. Inside 8 minutes to go. Here in second period play. High Point leading 4-1 over the Blue Hens. Hutchins advancing up the right wing boards and a drop pass to Hughes. Building up momentum up the middle. Led to his own entry, but again the Hens clear, this time Josh Flom. Rifling the puck 200 feet from our right to our left. And it's picked up by Greco after Hutchins couldn't carry him it clear. Hughes taking his time. Crossing to the near side at center and playing a hard carry in. This is chased down by Welch in the far corner. Bothered by Downey and now Flom. Variale and Greco completing this penalty-killing unit for the Hens, who clear again. And Delaware will change with Downey staying on as a safety at his own blue line. Cunningham, Fleming, and Oginski join him. 20 seconds to go on this penalty kill for the Hens, and a long shot from Finley Patrick off a stretch breakout. Ricochets off the backboards and comes back inside the High Point blue line. Bugan accelerating up the right wall. Found himself pinched to the corner before he could get a quality shot away. And Mielcerek now gets free after feeling his 2 minutes of shame. Traffic net front in front of Monty. The battle for the puck migrates over his right shoulder. Cunningham, enough to backhand it clear, but Olensky could not maintain Delaware's forward momentum. Here's Ringstad working through traffic, taking aim amid a congested slot from 20 feet. Monty squared up for the save. Olensky clears. Welch at center. Karam's a rolling puck into the far corner of the Delaware zone. 5.5 minutes to go in the second period of this 4-1 contest. High Point the advantage. Headman feed from Welch. Could not connect with Bova. This chance from the low slot and Liam Donahue was wide. Correction, Joseph Riggio with the shot. Given the font and the size, sleeve numbers almost meaningless for ID purposes from our vantage point on the High Point sweaters. Here Bova taking aim just off his mark. Welch holding the left point. The touch pass back toward the blue line, evaded Bova, and he chases the puck down behind his own goal. Ringstad working beyond center. He was sure to gain the line before flipping the puck into the near corner of the Delaware zone, enough to facilitate a changing of the guard for the purple-clad Panthers, who with 4.5 to go in the second period hold a 4-1 lead over the Blue Hens. Olensky trying to generate a 2-on-2 with Mielcerek. He takes the shot himself from 35 feet. It is tipped wide by Vieira, who's finally seen a little bit of a chance to breathe over the last few minutes, as after a flurry to start the second period, Vieira has been an idle bystander for a good chunk of the last 10 minutes, watching the action unfold 178 feet away from him. Mielcerek fans on the puck trying to clear it beyond the reach of Hughes. Mielcerek is down in the corner and slow to his feet. But ultimately he pops back up and will dust the snow off his pants, and the face-off is going to come. To the right of Joe Monty with 3 minutes and 40 seconds, give or take, to go here in the second period. Hughes to Bova, taken away by Flom in the far corner, cleared out by Sager. This is recovered by English, who was stood up above the line. Kramer generates a one-on-one the other way. Net front feeds Stam. Canceled out by Vieira, sliding to the far post. Kramer couldn't reel in the rebound for the redirect. Final 3 minutes of the second period of this 4-1 hockey game. High Point with the advantage and now the momentum as Hutchins sets up Anthony Sasso deep in the Delaware zone. Sasso overskates the puck. Flom launches it up ice. Armetta with the washout. Those linesperson instincts taking over before, hey, wait a minute, I'm in the bands tonight. Donahue got a shot away in close, but he was bothered, and Monty came up with the save. 2-on-2, the Delaware counterattack. Olensky's shot was bothered on its way in. Unable to clear was Donahue, but he gets the puck back at his own blue line and walks it through neutral ice. Rush shot under pressure from DeMasters. Sails into the far corner. This taken away by Polchlepek. Olensky across to Star left side. DeMasters makes a beeline to the cage. DeMasters bothered for the puck, knocked off his feet behind the net by Donahue. This ends up in the far corner where it is gathered in by Welch and advanced now by Cross up neutral ice to Finley Patrick, who's got room to take aim at Monty, but his shot from in close was directed wide. Final minute and a half of the second period. High Point with a 4-1 lead over the Blue Hens. Lone goal here in the second period belonging to A.J. Bugan, with his third of the year for the Panthers, coming 11:05 into the second. Bugan bodied by Cunningham, gains the line again for High Point. This taken away by Starr and flipped back just over the Panthers line. We've entered the final minute of the second. Oginski turning the momentum just above his line. He gives the puck away to Cacciatore, advance to Mann. Taken away again in neutral ice and dumped in behind the High Point goal. English steadies. This is lofted by Cacciatore. Beyond the Delaware blue line, Mielceric and Mann converge in the far corner. Mielceric, with that long wingspan, reaches for the puck, and he sends it across near side to McManus, who crossed back to the right wing boards to carry the puck into the High Point zone. Final 16 seconds. McManus to Buckman holding the point. Played in low, Oginski. Out-hustled for the vulcanized rubber by Cameron Anderson, who just clears it over his own blue line. Final 3. Last chance from Riggio. Disrupted by a Mielceric check, and that will do it for the second period. The score through 40 minutes. High Point Panthers 4, Delaware Blue Hens 1. We'll be back on the Delaware Hockey Network after the second intermission.
Think about it. The trash and recycling bins in our homes, even with normal use, are places where harmful bacteria like Salmonella and E. coli can multiply by the thousands. But like anyone, you want to keep your home and your family as healthy as possible. Delaware Trash Can Cleaning can help. They sanitize your trash cans with high-pressure hot water jets that can kill over 99% of the germs and bacteria in your cans in just a few minutes. To schedule your first cleaning, call 302-310-9075 or visit DelawareTrashCanCleaning.com.
There's nothing all-American quite like a good old-fashioned barbecue. Sid's Barbecue and Jerky brings the most tender and flavorful pulled pork, brisket, and barbecue chicken to the tri-state area, and is sure to turn your next gathering into a truly all-American event. Visit Sid's on Ridge Road in Claymont, Delaware, or place your next catering order at sidsbbqandjerky.com.
Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more. Let's face it, saving for retirement doesn't happen overnight. It takes planning, and Limestone Pension Associates has spent the past 35 years helping small businesses do just that. Limestone specializes in crafting, planning, and handling the day-to-day administration of qualified pension plans tailor-fit to your company's needs and objectives. To schedule a consultation, call 302-479-8817 or visit limestonepension.net to learn more.
Broadcast to social, print to digital, coast to coast, remote or on-site, 412 Communications has the solution to bridge your team with your audience. Want to know more? Visit 412communications.com today. Recovery from an injury on the job or in a car accident can be overwhelming. The expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long can carefully explain your options and advocate for you through the process of claims, proceedings, and settlements. To schedule your free consultation today, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com.
It's time for the third period. Let's head back upstairs to James Witherite.
Thank you, Norm Borg. Welcome back inside Fred Rust Arena. Welcome back to the Delaware Hockey Network. 40 minutes behind us. High Point with a 4-1 advantage over the Delaware Blue Hens Men's Division II ACHA squad. One goal in the second. It came 11:05 in. And it was A.J. Bugan potting his third of the year to extend High Point's lead to 4-3, and Bryce Lindsay's about ready to drop the puck on third period action. And here we go to kick off the final frame from Fred Rust. Hens trying to get off to a quick start here in the closing period. But Matthew Hughes skates back into his own zone to try to evade the pressure of Brendan Stam. Hughes, cross ice feed, bobbled by Nick Sasso. He pulls back to his own line. The set across far side, where walking just past center was Hutchins. Star to Kramer. Kramer centering. Sager had a good line to try to go top corner glove side, but Vieira lunged up to direct the puck into the back glass. A minute behind us in period number 3. Flom collapsed in a heap in the corner net front feed. Saw Nick Sasso denied by Dominic Sapatelli. Coming in and a cross check against Laken Glessner is going to send the Delaware Blue Hens to a Delaware Sports Medicine power play. DESportsmed.com, the place to go to learn more. High Point penalty assessed to number 19, Laken Glessner. 2 minutes for cross-checking. Time of the penalty, 1 minute, 8 seconds in the third period. Glessner, 2 for cross-checking at 1:08. DeMasters pinned to the wall, tried to cycle to Buckman. Instead, he drops the puck off to Flom, working behind the net. Engelman and Greco complete this power play unit for the Hens. Buckman checked off the puck. It's taken away by Welch. He can't carom it clear. Stepping up from the point is Greco to protect. DeMasters looking for space in the near corner. Buckman kicks this back to Engelman. Skip pass from Greco. Back to Buckman. Across it comes again. Greco with a hard shot from the dot. Denied by Vieira. And this will be sent clear by Peter Cross in neutral territory. And the manpower is going to decrease again. Flom going to take the walk of shame. Minor for boarding. So we're going to see 4-on-4 action. For the next 43 seconds. Delaware penalty assessed to number 5, Josh Flom. 2 minutes for boarding. Time of the penalty, 2 minutes, 25 seconds in the third period. Flom, 2 for boarding at 2:25. Vieira flashing the leather, and the face-off comes to his left. Nearing the 3-minute mark of period number 3. Slayton couldn't control the puck on his way into the Delaware zone. And we're seeing Dominic Sapatelli handling the goaltending duties here in period number 3 after Joe Monte gave up 4 goals on 18 shots in the first 40 minutes. Starr double-teamed. Lost his footing. Falkowski's arm popped up, but so too, more importantly, did Savastanos. And the manpower decreases again. Hooking the ruling here. Against High Point's leading scorer, Jack Slayton. And we're back to 4-on-4 for the next 67. The High Point penalty was assessed to number 98, Jack Slayton, 2 minutes for hooking. Time of the penalty, 3 minutes, 18 seconds of the third period. Slayton, 2 for hooking at 3:18. Bulldozing in was Donahue. His shot from point-blank range sticked away by Dominic Sapatelli. 2 shots, 2 saves for Dominic so far. 30 seconds remaining on the Flom penalty. Polchlepek up the middle together with Mielcerek entering into a 2-on-2. And Mielcerek was slowed up, Polchlepek was slowed up by the other 17, Chris Cacciatore. Mielcerek pulls back behind center red. He'll try again. This time he backhands the puck in over the blue line before being stood up. It's chased down behind the cage by DeMasters, but he couldn't cleanly get stick on puck. Taken away by Anthony Sasso, recovered by Sager at center. This the beginning of an abbreviated Delaware Sports Medicine power play for the Blue Hens, which will last another 43 seconds. Sapatelli steadies. Stam holds behind his own goal. Advance to Sager. Across to Brian Kramer near side. Dropped off to Polchlepek at the point. Back to Stam. It goes long shot. Vieira slams the door again. Jack Vieira, the big difference maker for High Point, coming up with some key saves. Here foiling Delaware's crisp puck movement and denying Stam from distance to keep it a 4-1 hockey game. 13 to go. Stam's cross-ice pass back to Sager was blocked down. Stam had to hustle to beat Riggio to the puck deep in Delaware's end. Kramer on the re-entry, dropped off to Polchlepek at the point. Slayton is back on. And the penalty has expired. 5.5 minutes elapsed in the third period of a 4-1 game. Olensky tried to get the puck in deep. It was blocked down by Anderson. Here's a 3-on-1 for the Panthers. Fanning on the shot. Far side was Slayton looking for a second goal on the night to no avail. Ringstad stood up by Greco at center, regained the puck, and flipped it into the near corner of the Delaware zone, where Bova chased it down but was surrounded by a sea of white and blue. Here comes Brady Morrow. Hens in numbers, 3-on-2 this attack. Drop pass did not connect to Greco at the top of the right circle. Morrow retraced the puck and threw it across ice to Flom, but it was taken away from the alternate captain of the far corner. Engelman tries to hold his ground at the Delaware line. Bova couldn't steamroll past him. 6.5 gone of the third period. High Point with an odd man rush again, leading 4-1 over Delaware. The shot from Michael Yell in search of a second goal, denied by Sapatelli. Sweep check from Flom to clear the zone. This volleyed back in by English, but a delayed offside gave Flom the chance to keep play back in neutral territory. Winding up and shooting was Nick Sasso. Sapatelli with the save and the hold. Whether you're a competitive athlete like these guys or a weekend warrior like me, a sports medicine physician is a crucial player on your health team. And with years of experience treating high school, collegiate, professional, and everyday athletes alike, Dr. Brad Bly of Delaware Sports Medicine is the specialist you need to achieve personal bests and lead a healthier lifestyle. And with clinics in both Wilmington and Townsend, Delaware Sports Medicine is here for every athlete in your family. Learn more, including information about Delaware Sports Medicine's new membership program at desportsmed.com. Buckman to McManus, who pushed the puck over the high point blue line but couldn't control it. 2-on-1 coming the other way. Mielsarik sacrificed to block the passing lane from Cacciatore. Oginski recovers. He stick handles over his own blue line but lost the puck 5 feet over the stripe. It's picked up by Hughes. Walked in and shot. Deflected over the glass and out by Sapatelli. Face-off violation, giving the Fred Rust Arena organist a little bit of time to stretch out. Modern facility, but a classic vibe to say the least. Giveaway to Slayton, shot, Sapatelli save. Faceoff's going to migrate 44 feet from its last spot. This time to Dominic's left. Bryce Lindsay, joined by centers Welch and DeMasters. He and James Mandel. The line's people tonight, Rob Savastano and Pepe Armetta, handling referee duty this evening. DeMasters gained the zone. But the high point D-Corps forced play back into neutral territory. Now Polchlepek tries to race his way past Ringstad. Didn't have the numbers to make anything happen in close. Bugan's cross-ice pass near side was broken up and the Hens are back on the offensive. Polchlepek played a carom shot to Olensky, who brings it back out from behind the goal. Pass back to Polchlepek, broken up by Slayton, but he was all by his lonesome trying to outrace Flom to the blue line. Josh Flom with the angle to the puck, got it back for Delaware, and Polchlepek walks back in over the high point line, feeding to DeMasters before hustling off for a change. Just over 9 minutes of elapsed of the third period. High Point with a 4-1 lead over the Blue Hens. English to Cross. His momentum carries him into the far corner. The pass back to English, waiting just inside the line, was off its line. And so English pulls back behind his own goal to try to reset in earnest. Donahue to Patrick. Pickpocketed by Starr at the point. Starr backhand was on target. Vieira with save number 30. Donahue worked his way beyond center. He tried to headband across for the zone entry. The puck ends up trapped behind the Delaware goal. A two-a-side scrum developing. Variali trying to pitch the puck free. Now Starr's got space to work it forward. He feeds to Greco. Across ice to Vinny Variale. Tip toward Morrow. who ran into a brick wall by the name of Anthony Sasso just inside the High Point blue line, that is. Stony Brook was last night. The shot from Donahue batted up in the atmosphere, and here we go. Oginski and Patrick exchanging a few crosswords. The management telling them to head to the penalty box. And we'll get particulars in just a second. 10:24 the time. Both guys off for cross-checking. So Patrick and Oginski both taking a seat for the next 2 minutes. Last play face-off staying in the Delaware zone. And now the details. High Point penalty was assessed to number 3, Finley Patrick. Delaware penalty was assessed to number 21, Evan Oginski. Both guys 2 minutes each for cross-checking. Time of the penalties, 10:24 in the third period. Patrick and Oginski, 2 each for cross-checking at 10:24. Bova gloves down the puck in the neutral zone. He could not work his way past Buckman. So the Panthers will try again near side. Anthony Sasso dodging a check from Mielsarek, feeds this up the wall to Hughes. Hughes, cross-ice pass, hard shot from Cacciatore. Tipped up over the crossbar by Sapatelli, who holds on the way down and freezes for a break in action with 8 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the contest. High Point with a 4-1 advantage. With a listen-first approach that creates a unique solution for your circumstances, the expert team at the law office of Heather A. Long is committed to compassionate and comprehensive legal representation for individuals who have suffered injuries. To schedule a free consultation, call the law office of Heather A. Long at 302-466-5664 or visit injuryde.com. Ringstad sent off for tripping. So we're 4-on-3. And a Delaware Sports Medicine power play is about to begin. To the left of Jack Vieira, who has stopped 30 of the 31 shots he's faced to this point. The High Point penalty was assessed to number 97, Cole Ringstad. 2 minutes for tripping. Time of the penalty, 11 minutes 48 seconds in the third period. Ringstad 2 for tripping at 11:48. Sager, Polchlepek, Olensky, and Stam. The 4-on. We're going to go back to 5-on-4 right now. Looked like Patrick jumped the gun a little bit on the way in. He steals the puck. He walks it in. Sapatelli says no, sir. That's worth another look on the 4-1-2 Communications Instant Replay. So Patrick splits defenders, walks in. Sapatelli squares up at the top of the crease for the save. keeps this a 4-1 contest. Net front chance from Welch was just wide. Sapatelli lost his paddle. Polchlapek back up ice the other way. Trying to set up on the doorstep, Pat Olensky. This is covered up by Vieira for another break in action with 7:10 to go, just under a minute remaining on the penalty clock to Cole Ringstad. And Delaware still down 3 as this game approaches the 8th pole. So nearing mid-stretch, Buckman to DeMasters, kick back high to Engelman. Greco, Engelman again working center point. He launches the puck off the backboards, trying to get Vieira to commit to the far post. But nothing set up on the doorstep for the rebound opportunity. Here comes Joey Engelman again. Up the middle, faked the shot. Instead carries it to the near side, kick back to Buckman, coming in from the point. Flom boxing out net front for position alongside Cacciatore. Hard shot. Came from Greco, top of the left circle, just wide. Back on is Ringstad. And the Panthers are back to full strength as we come to the final 6. Fleming confronts Ringstad in neutral territory. Ringstad flips the puck over the Delaware line where Starr turns it back the other way. Greco 1-on-3, drop pass Aiden Starr. On a quick release snapshot, caught the top of the puck and it skittered maybe 5 feet in front of him. Back come the Panthers on the offensive. This floated in by Bova near side. Around to the far corner it goes from behind the net and just cleared out by Starr. Volleyed in again by Cacciatore. We saw it ended with a 7, but again, those sleeve numbers not particularly useful given their size and given the font. Fleming took aim. Easy Vieira stick save. Gives him 32 stops on the night. Fleming again. This wide but right into the glove of Jack Vieira to bring play to a halt with 5 minutes and a tick to go on this Saturday night in Newark. To the High Point fans joining us tonight, glad to have you with us here on the Delaware Hockey Network. We appreciate that making all the road trips with the new footprint of the ACC Conference. Not always easy, so it is our delight to bring you all the action from Fred Rust Arena all season long into the comfort of your own home wherever you may be. And of course to the Delaware faithful, glad to have you with us as well here in our 9th season of Blue Hen hockey coverage on the Delaware Hockey Network. Final 4:12. Variale dumps in. Some fresh legs on now for the Blue Hens. Buckman pressured by Hughes in the far corner. This played up by Mulceric to Cunningham, on further to Oginski. Cunningham walks in up the left dots. Backhand shot was just wide off the backboards. Puck picked up and floated back to center by Cross. Recovered in neutral ice by Buckman after Glessner failed to push it forward. 3.5 to go. 4-1 the High Point lead, and it looks pretty comfortable. Glessner lofts the puck in behind the Delaware goal. It's brought down by Buckman. Mielcerek under forechecking heat from Patrick, cannot clear. And Sapatelli is going to cover. We're back at it tomorrow here on the Delaware Hockey Network with the University of Delaware Blue Hens ACHA women's team. A 3 o'clock start for the ladies as they take on the Terrapins from the University of Maryland. We'll be on the air at 2:50 p.m. from right here at Fred Rust Arena. Full schedule available as always at DelawareHockeyNetwork.com. 3 minutes to go in regulation. High Point with a 4-1 lead. Hens clearing this, recovered by Liam Donahue deep in his own zone. And Sasso pushes this beyond center. Donahue lost his footing traversing the blue line, but he got the puck in deep behind the Delaware goal. A scrum develops in the far corner. Trying to walk it free was Donahue. But ultimately Aiden Starr takes the puck away and he rifles it up the left wing boards. Icing waved off by linesperson James Mandel. Puck ruled playable by Sasso, who pulls back behind his own goal and launches this the length of the ice. No icing the other way either as we come to the final 2:20. Polchlepek skates up the left dots. Out of the Delaware zone, he gains red before backhanding it about shoulder high and off the backboards behind Vieira. Slayton backhands the puck off the near boards. Here's a 3-on-1 led by Ringstad. Close-up chance set up by Welch, but the redirect was wide of Sapatelli. DeMasters controls the puck and he lofts this just over the blue line, back beyond red. Enough time for a change as we come to the final minute and 40 seconds from Fred Rust Arena. Flom pulling back. He stick handles as far as his own blue line. Puck tipped by Kramer beyond red, but he couldn't feed it on to Kramer, or rather to Stam, waiting just above the blue line. Cacciatore leaves it to Anderson winding up, and this is going to be called offside. Minute 18 to go. Puck was played back in by a Blue Hen after a failed breakout. And some commotion in front of the Delaware bench. Developing here as confusion ensues regarding the restart of play. It was a Delaware offside. And the draw came just in front of the High Point bench as we work our way to deep stretch. Buckman intercepts the stretch pass up the middle and walks back in over the Panthers line as we enter the final minute of play from Fred Rust Arena. Mielcerek leaves it back to Greco. Thrown in from distance. Anderson could not carry him the puck free. It was held in by Mielcerek at the point. Now 20 seconds to go. Mann stood up at the line trying to set up a 2-on-2 entry. Mielcerek flips the puck up to Morrow along the near boards. Final 7 seconds tick away. And the High Point Panthers have completed a weekend sweep of the Delaware Blue Hens. Victorious 4-1 on Saturday night at Fred Rust Arena. Tonight's final score: High Point Panthers 4, Delaware Blue Hens 1. Final shots on goal: High Point 27, Delaware 33. Fans, it's time for the 3 stars of the game, brought to you by Sid's Barbecue and Jerky. Tonight's 3rd star, with 2 assists for High Point, number 44, Jack Hutchins. The number 2 star with the game-winning goal for High Point, number 14, Michael Yell. And the number 1 star of the game, backstopping High Point to their 10th win of the season with 32 saves, number 35, Jack Vieira. That will do it for us here on the Delaware Hockey Network this evening. We're back at it tomorrow with the Delaware women taking on Maryland, game time 3 o'clock Eastern. Our videographer is Lena Murto. Our co-executive producer is Molly Jo Rosen. Our assistant producers are Broadway Joe Sindoni and Trey Wright. Our production assistant is Eli Swope. For the entire crew, James Witherite thanking you for your company tonight and signing off. The Delaware Hockey Network is a copyrighted production of 412 Communications, all rights reserved. Full schedule available at DelawareHockeyNetwork.com, and we'll leave you with the final score once again. The High Point Panthers 4, the Delaware Blue Hens 1. Thanks again for your company. We'll see you again soon here on the Delaware Hockey Network. Good night to you all.